Yeah, so recently there's been a lot of students that I've been working with on a one-on-one basis, and these students have unlimited access to ask me any questions they like. So I've been getting all these questions all over the place, and it's really made me look back and reflect on my journey. And I've been thinking about all the things that I done wrong, the mistakes that I made, and the things that I could have done differently to fast track my success. So what we're going to do now is, it's almost sunset here in Cosamui. We're going to go to my favorite beach, which is a few minutes up the road, and I'm going to make a quick video just to share the things that I will do differently if I could go back to day one and start everything again. Alright, so I'll catch you at the beach. Yeah, so if I could start from day one again, all my business journey. So step one, I would find a mentor. So you want to find someone that's been there and done exactly what you want to do. And why this is important is if someone's been there and done that, then they're in the position to give you advice to achieve that. Sometimes you see that there's coaches that are trying to teach you to do something and they haven't even done it themselves. So that's the first thing that's important. Find a mentor that can either teach you or coach you and guide you along the way to achieve whatever goals you want to do. Whether it's in business, mindset, health, finances, success, happiness, relationships, just find someone that's in the position that you want to be in and learn from them. And there's always going to be problems that arise that you don't predict. And if you have a mentor that has been there and done that, then it's most likely that they've experienced these same problems. And if you go to them with your problems, I'm sure that they're going to be able to give you the best advice to solve these problems and get through and move on with your business. Step two is that I would hire somebody a lot sooner than I did. So when I was building my e-commerce businesses, I was selling a lot of products. It was going really well, but I didn't really have the time to scale the businesses, and it took really long to reach that six-figure mark. So for example, I was doing all the customer service, I was reaching out to all the influencers, even though I was making a few $1,000s per week. It took me about a year to realize that I had to diversify and hire somebody to take over that workload, so then I could focus on doing the more important things. So what I did was, after about a year, when I realized I was doing it wrong, I hired somebody that would handle all my customer service and all the influencer management and outreach. So then I could focus on strategizing how I would grow my businesses to 6 figures a month. And I really got good at Facebook ads because I had so much time to practice and focus on this, which pushed the sales pin forward in my businesses. Whereas customer service isn't really going to increase your sales, it's more going to maintain the business. So you can palm that off, and as a business owner, you want to focus on things that are going to drive the revenue forward and grow your business. Step three, you want to remain focused. So as you launch your business, you're going to go through times where you're not making sales for a few days. And this is when you can really start to question yourself, and you start to question your business if it's going to really be successful. And this is when you can divert your focus. So I see this happens a lot. It happened to me. So as you start getting into these periods where you're not making sales, you might come up with the idea about releasing a new product or starting a new e-commerce business or starting a new side hustle. And this is where you can go wrong. If you're diverting your attention on a range of different businesses, that one original business that you started with is obviously going to get less effort on that business. And if you put less effort into something, then there's going to be slower growth. So my goal is to start with your first business and grow that successfully, work so hard on that consistently every single day. And once you're doing that, you're going to eventually get results. And once you get the results and that original business is successful, then you obviously want to hire people so you can systemize that business. And once that business is systemized and producing consistent revenue, that's when you can go off and start these different side businesses. So that's the number one mistake that I see people making, is they're trying to do too many things at once. The goal is to grow one thing, systemize it, and then start growing other things. And I was in that same situation. So I've got a range of different successful e-commerce stores, but because I tried to launch two at the same time, I achieved a lot slower growth than if I was to make one really successful, systemize that, and then use the funds from this one to grow the next business. So that's my advice. So you got to stay focused on the one thing. So overall, that's the 3 steps. Number one, you want to find a mentor that's been there and done what you want to do. So make sure you do your research, examine everything your mentor's done in his past and make sure that he's actually done what you want to achieve. And 2, as soon as you're making enough money that you can start outsourcing some tasks to a customer service person or an admin assistant, then you want to do that as soon as possible, because this is going to free you up to work on the more important things in the business. So for example, let's just say you start making a few $1,000s a week. You can hire a customer service person to handle all the email support, to post on your Instagram, to reach out to all the Instagram influencers, and just to manage all the everyday activities in the business that aren't important or that aren't pushing the sales pin higher. And looking back at my journey, one of the things that really stands out to me is that I used to waste so much time just trying to find a good Instagram photo. So I was searching for hours through Instagram feeds, I was searching through Pinterest, through Google, just trying to find a good photo to post. And at the end of the day, like, at that time I didn't know, but looking back at it now, it's not really that important to post a really good photo on Instagram. My time would be a lot better spent learning from Facebook ad courses, perfecting Facebook ads, and actually reaching out to influencers that would then post their photo on their Instagram feed and drive sales. So the most important thing that you need to keep in mind is you want to be spending time on activities that are going to generate sales, and as sales start coming in, then you want to delegate the more maintenance-based activities such as posting on Instagram, customer support, and things like that. You want to delegate that to other people. And last but not least, you want to stay focused. So again, figure out what you want to do, figure out what business you want to grow, and just focus on growing that business. Again, you're going to find there's going to be times where you're not making sales. Don't lose hope and get distracted by shiny object syndrome. Just put that work and put that concentration on that business, and I promise you, with consistent work and effort on that one individual business and focusing on the most important tasks, you're going to get exceptional results. So just be focused. And that's the 3 most important things that I would keep in mind if I was starting my business all over again. And a lot of people are actually messaging me on Instagram, on Facebook, asking all these questions. If you have a question, just comment under this video below, and I'm going to do a Q&A, and I'm going to answer the best questions and hopefully provide a lot of value to everyone out there that's starting their first online business.